Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob, and today we're going to be continuing the file narration series plus the characters' voice lines for the various operators in Arknights. As per usual, the two major requirements to be added into the series is the character needs to be whatever max trust rank they need to be, which is in most cases 200%, or in some lower rarity cases 150 at least. Plus whatever promotion rank they need to be. As we are now going through the third round of these, we are now in the 4-star category. Each round has featured operators of the same rarity. We started with 6 stars, then to 5 stars, and now we are going through 4 stars. And some of the OG units so far, I guess. This is the second OG unit of the game. First one was Scavenger. But yeah, Dobermann. What can I say? I can't really say much about her, even though she appears here and there. The most stuff that is known about her is pretty much from her file, and that she's a drill instructor for Rhode Island. Plus a couple of points where she appears in side content or operator records of some of the operators from Rhode Island. She does paint a bit more of a picture of she's not so much of I have a stick up my ass type of character. I'm only one going one way, but actually shows a bit of how to put it. She isn't as rigid as she appears to be, right? But yeah, her bits of story are literally thrown all about the place. But yeah, let's get the usual thing out of the way. As a unit, I can't really say much about her, considering I'm not really one of those players who uses instructor type characters much. What I can say is, if you are doing stuff like low rarity runs, she might be a interesting pick, unless there is someone else that I'm not remembering right now, considering that all 3-star operators gain a attack boost. And yes, all of them that are in the operation you bring her in. Plus her module made her a tiny bit more flexible, which is kind of interesting, considering she already had like a 2-tile range attack. Plus, if she hits someone she's not blocking, pretty much more than double attack for that specific target. Plus, her module made it so that she can be deployed on range tiles, which I think there's one more. I can't remember which one. I think there's one more operator that got the same treatment as her. I might be misremembering. But yeah. But yeah, she essentially boosts 3 stars, which is kind of niche? I don't know how to put it. I know that not many people use 3 stars. People do use 3 stars just to see if they can beat a stage. I do definitely know that. I've tried that. But interesting. As a character, like I said before, much is known, much is unknown. If you wanna, after the file, know a bit more about her, the story that came with her module will be posted on screen and in the description of the video, because I already did a video on that. It's basically a story about both her current time in Rhode Island and her past, which is an interesting perspective on the character. But yeah, luckily the character has a English voice actress now, which means that, much like for the purpose of this series and the rest of it, you can just lean back and keep on listening to the character. Don't have to pay attention too much to the screen, so you can just enjoy your time, listen, and continue doing whatever you're doing on the side. But let's begin with the file, shall we? It's a very short file, by the way. My god, it's short. Right. Basic info. Codename Dobermann. Gender female. Combat experience 6 years. Place of birth Bolivar. Date of birth May 27th. Race Pero. Height 163 centimeters. Which is, I believe, 5.3 or something feet? So yeah, she's very short. Infection status showed physical signs of originium infection, confirmed by medical report. Physical exam, physical strength standard, mobility standard, physical resilience standard, tactical acumen excellent, combat skill excellent, originium assimilation standard. Profile. Former Bolivarian military, Dobermann joined Rhode Island as a drill instructor, primarily training entry-level operators. She also assists with prisoner interrogation when necessary. Proficient in military operations of various scales, Dobermann is a highly disciplined soldier and often leads the charge in battle as a guard. Clinical analysis. Imaging tests for this operator showed blurry outlines of internal organs with visible unusual dark spots. Unusually high concentration of originium particles were present in her circulation, indicating signs of infection and confirming her as infected at this stage. Cellular originium assimilation 14%. Operator Dobermann currently showed no conspicuous symptoms of infection. Again, I want to point out 14% is ridiculously high, but she apparently shows no signs, aka it's not showing up on her skin apparently, which is kind of concerning in itself. More than actually showing on the skin, considering all of the growth is apparently happening below it and on and around the organs. Ugh. Continuing. Blood originium crystal density 0.26 units per liter. Infection still in early stages. No apparent threat to physical health detected as yet. Archive file number 1. A stone-faced drill instructor. Every new operator joining Rhode Island must endure Dobermann's welcome, regardless of what glorious background they may come from. Even the rowdiest, most unruly recruits fall in line after her boot camp. Archive file number 2. Dobermann isn't the only drill instructor at Rhode Island. She oversees a squad of well-trained instructors in charge of various lessons and drills. Nearly all of these officers were once low-level operators taught by Dobermann herself and hand-picked through a rigorous process. It's not an exaggeration to say they have the island's future on their shoulders. Archive file number 3. A career military woman, Dobermann is heavy on discipline. There are many strict rules under her training regime, and no transgression or violation is tolerated, which has put off many operators. At the same time, however, Dobermann cares about each operator's diet, physical condition, and even emotional state. She has never forced anyone to do more than what they were capable of doing. It's just that her commitment is a bit too subtle. Naturally, this stems from Dobermann's inability to properly express herself. Hopefully more people will come to understand her. And yes, that is actually the end of the file. It is short, like I said. My god, is it short. But yeah, like the file here states, she does appear stone-faced and doesn't really express emotions, which most people would probably know who paid attention to the main story where she appears. But in a couple of other places, like I said, in some operator records where she pops up, and I think most recently from big story perspective, she popped up in Break the Ice, the Kierag story. And at the end, she did appear a bit, but it's not like she doesn't understand like jokes and picks up on things. She does. She's just like not very expressive. Let's put it like that. But interesting. And before we go into the voice files, I usually do this with a buddy of mine. I wanna place like just a verbal bet here. If she does, and she does feel like, and I'm basing this mostly on her short story on the module, if she does receive an alter version in the future, because there are definitely possibilities of her returning to Bolivar for whatever reason the story will demand. And by the way, Bolivar story when? When are we getting a story taking place there? There's probably gonna be one at some point. I think we had a couple of hints here and there. But yeah, I would like to place a verbal bet here. If she does receive an alter, she's probably gonna become a specialist. Why? Well, go and listen or read the module short story for yourself. That's what initially gave me the impression that that might be what may happen in the future. But yeah. And also, what rarity? I don't know. I don't really care if she's gonna be a 5-star or a 6-star if she does receive a alter. But yeah, whatever. I'm just betting on the class. But anyway, please enjoy the voice files. I will mute myself, and we'll see you at the end of this video.
Doctor, are the new recruits keeping up with my basic training regimen? A balanced, regular diet is also an important part of daily training. Any complainers get 50 laps around the deck. As a military instructor, it's important to achieve the perfect balance between strictness and leniency. To be honest, I may be a bit too hard on Fan. When putting your operators into squads, it's crucial to assign them positions where they can exercise their skills to the fullest. It's true that operators' ability is important. What's really being tested here is your judgment. Doctor, when training operators, you need to work on spiritual fulfillment as much as improving their physiques and skills. After all, they need to be mentally strong enough to survive interrogations and all sorts of attacks on their minds. You're looking for the newbies? They're training out on the deck. Yes, I do realize what the weather's like right now. Of course I do. Anomalies. Ha, you can never fool the eyes of the Hound. If you believe that command allows you to slack off whenever you want, then I will correct your misconception, Doctor. If I hope to remain at your side through all the difficulties to come, I must be even harder on myself. After all, with the world around us being what it is, the only way we can keep it together is to keep training our mental strength. No slacking off! Attention! I am Dobermann, former military instructor for the Bolivarian Armed Forces. Now let's cut to the chase. Hand over the list of operators in need of training. This is how our training pays off. Promotion, huh? Thanks. I'm just doing my job. The responsibility for training the future of Rhodes Island is on my shoulders. I will do my best to be worthy of that responsibility. Got it. Then show me the briefing docs for the mission. Calling all hands! This is not a drill! Time to interrogate. Your orders? Orders? Got it. Commence tracking. Filthy scum. Take that! Tear him up! Hang in there! No matter the challenges we face, strong fundamental combat skills can mean the difference between life and death. Come back when you're less mediocre. The operation was successful, but we still have room for improvement. We have failed. I am the one to blame. The newbies are intimidated by me, you say? That's only natural. Please mind your behavior. You want to cheer me up? Let me interrogate someone then. Arknights. Good morning to you, Doctor.
Alright, and that will do it for today's file narration episode. Oh, right before I forget, because that's gonna drive me insane if I don't switch them back. Right. Well, I will say this, I do like how the English VA is bringing in that typical, well, since I'm not American and I have not been in an American military boot camp, obviously, I cannot say how much of the reality of actual boot camp instructors and military and boot camp instructors in movies align or sound the same, which definitely emulates that that movie-esque aspect of military boot camp instructors, which I kind of find both funny and kind of on point. I mean, that's the thing I'm mostly used to hearing when it comes to American production movies about military and stuff. But also sounds a bit more playful in certain senses than the Japanese VA. But yeah, good job. Sounds very well done. But yeah, anyway, this will do it for today's episode. I hope everybody has a fantastic day as always, and I will see you in the next videos of the channel, which will probably be the next part of the Arknights memoir series, before we go back into the main story. But until then, hope you have a fantastical day. This has been Jacob. Thank you all for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.